What's up, Lifestyleions? Kingdom Barber here, and I'm back with another one. This week's video, we're going to talk about 5 mistakes new up-and-coming barbers make. And whether you just got a barber in school or perhaps picking up clippers for the first time, I'm going to share with you guys some things that I've learned over the years to try to avoid. So before we hop into this video, let's roll that intro. Welcome back to the channel. So this week we're talking about the 5 mistakes new barbers make. Whether you're just getting out of barbering school or you're picking up clippers for the first time, I'm going to share with you guys some mistakes that I've made and for you to try to avoid. So I'm giving you guys a cheat code here. So the first mistake we're going to talk about is rushing the cut. I get it. You want to knock those fades out fast, keep the line moving, and make money. But speed comes with experience. And when you're just starting off, it's going to be more of quality over quantity. You know, I remember when I was working at a chain barber shop, and, you know, you have to understand a couple of things that, you know, when you are experienced barbers, you start building up your clientele. And when you're building up your clientele, you're going to start to see the same people over and over. So you get used to the hair, you get to learning their hair, and those things kind of matter too. And I used to wonder, like, dang, why do they cut so fast? How do they do that? And that's what I mean by experience, you know, just being in a chair long enough. And then over time, once you have your routine down, you just get faster. So take your time, study your client's head shape, hair type, and the details of the haircut. A clean, slower cut builds trust, and trust builds clients. Number 2 mistake, not investing in your tools. Listen, you don't have to drop a fortune on the most expensive tools right away, but you do need solid, reliable equipment. Dull blades and weak motors equals bad haircuts. I always tell my up-and-coming new barbers when they're first starting off, when they're trying to get clippers, I always say go with a clipper that has a strong motors. Make sure you read those reviews on clippers with really strong motors, because you're gonna want clippers that can mow down that bulk, you know, when you get those clients with really thick hair and having weak clippers. Trust me, you're going to spend a lot of time trying to knock down that hair. So make sure your clipper is strong. When it comes to clipper blades, most blades out there are pretty decent. I mean, these clipper companies are getting really good with their clipper blades. It all comes down to the style of blade you're looking for. You know, you have your fade blades, you have your taper blades, and the great thing now, we have a vapor blade, which is going to be that fade and taper blade kind of mixed in. And I always recommend new up-and-coming barbers to check out that blade. I think that's like the perfect in the middle type of blade. So that way you can kind of learn, what do you like more, fade blades or taper blades. And then when it comes to trimmers, trimmers are different stories. There's so many good trimmers out there as well. I say do your due diligence. You know, I do have a YouTube video on some of my favorite trimmers. So just do your research on the trimmers, because there are a lot of trimmers out there, but not all trimmers cut the same. So make sure you do your homework on the trimmers. And don't forget your maintenance. Oil your clippers, disinfect everything, and make sure you change out your guards when they wear out. You can kind of look at it this way. Your tools are your business, so that means you got to treat them right. Mistake number 3, skipping the consultation. Not doing a proper consultation. You might assume they want a low fade, a number 2 on the sides, but did you ask? I remember a time in barber school when I was doing a beard trim on one of my clients. They had a bald head on the top, and when I was doing their beard trim, I ended up fading the sides a little bit into the beard, and they actually got not mad, but they were like a little disappointed, because they actually want the little box line here and no fade on the beard. And that confused the heck out of me, because I've never seen that. I'm just always assuming that clients want the fade on the side of their beard. So you always have to double check and never assume anything. What I like or what do I think people want, I can't do that. I have to really listen to what my clients want. And sometimes it can be little small, silly details like that that can really help or hurt you. So always clarify what your clients want. Pull out reference photos if you need to. Miscommunication is the fastest way to lose clients. So remember, ask questions and clarify everything. Mistake number 4, ignoring the business side. Cutting hair is only a part of it. You need to know how to book your appointments, manage your times, market yourself, and handle your finances. So if you're always running late or inconsistent, your clients notice. So treat your chair like a brand. You're not just a barber, you're a business owner. Mistake number 5, not continuing to learn. So you're thinking you're done learning after school. Big mistake. Trends change, techniques evolve. Watch tutorials, go to some classes, study under another barber, even if it's online. You know, from my personal experience, when I was in barber school, I used to watch a lot of YouTubes and I learned a lot of things from watching those guys, and it really inspired me to even want to do YouTube myself. Maybe one day I can get into like an educational side of the business, because that's kind of what I want to do and that's what I'm passionate about. So hopefully one day I'll have that opportunity to do that. So never stop learning and stay sharp. The barbers who last are the ones who keep growing. So there you have it, the 5 mistakes that can slow your growth as a new barber and how to avoid them. So that's gonna be a wrap on this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. If you did, you already know what to do, guys. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and follow me on my Instagram and TikTok at Kingmelifestyles. And until then, I'm gonna see you on the next video.